Thought I would start the video like this. Welcome back to the channel. The Super Bowl champion again, Kansas City Chiefs, will be the next guys that get a video from me. Not the greatest draft overall. It's going to be a pretty quick intro for me because there's a lot of guys that I don't really know about. They started off with Felix Anudike-Uzomah with the last pick of the first round, which is 31 this year, obviously because the Dolphins were tampering. If you ain't tampering, you ain't trying. That's the new phrase everyone's been saying. But yeah, he's a defensive end out of K-State. He's from the K-State region, which is obviously pretty close to Kansas City. So he gets to stay pretty close to home, which is cool for him. He was the last pick the first round. He stayed at home. Big party, went nuts. It was a great moment to see. He'll prove an interesting impact. Might play a bit right away with the loss of Frank Clark in free agency. But yeah, now they move on. In the second round, they picked Rashee Rice, the receiver out of SMU. Like I've said with a lot of people on these lists, not this list, I think he could be a guy on your fantasy team pretty quickly. Very good player, and I think that in this scheme, he'll be obviously great. It's pretty hard to not be a good receiver with the amount of balls that get thrown from Mahomes. But outside of him, they're going to have a lot of good stuff with losing good receivers. They obviously lost Mecole Hardman, and they lost Juju Smith-Schuster. Mecole to the Jets, Juju also the AFC East, but to the Patriots. So he'll have some reps there, maybe be a receiver 4 behind, obviously tight end, gets in the way with them because Kelsey is basically a receiver. So, but behind like Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, guys like that. So, I guess even McKinnon's kind of a receiver. But they then went offensive tackle to help replace some of their guys that they lost in Orlando Brown. Wanya Morris, offensive tackle from Oklahoma, third round. Fourth round, Chamari Connor, safety, Virginia Tech. Fifth round, B.J. Thompson, edge, outside linebacker, B.J. Thompson from Stephen F. Austin. And then they had a really good pick, in my opinion, kind of helping work with Chandler Jones, defensive tackle out of Texas, Keandre Coburn, sixth round. A lot of people had him maybe even going as high as the third round. So getting him late in the sixth round, 194 selections later, pretty good. And then they ended up their seventh round with Nick Jones, corner out of Ball State. Not much to add on those guys, but, their names, I got to give them. The highlights will be of Felix Anudike-Uzomah, Rashee Rice, and Keandre Coburn. That's kind of what I got for now. Not too much. Kansas City didn't have a great draft, but you don't really care about the draft when you're picking. As long as you're picking 31 or 32, you don't really care about the draft, right? So that's all we had there. We thought we might have seen a DeAndre Hopkins trade with one of these picks, but it did not happen. So he's back as a Cardinal and denying that all this ever happened. So we'll see what happens with the Kansas City Chiefs. Can they repeat? Will they lose to the Lions opening day? Yes to both. So that's my predictions immediately after that there. But let me know down below what you guys think. And if you're anyone sees Cheeseaholic on the run, make sure to report him to your local authorities because I guess he's robbed some banks and he's on the run. So hate to see that from such a funny guy like him. So thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe and watch these highlights. Peace.
Four-man rush. Smith in trouble. He's going to be brought down back at the 40-yard line. Sacked for a loss of 4. That's Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Good job off the edge. He just swims by that left tackle, and Donovan Smith doesn't move up in the pocket fast enough. And
underhands the ball to Edwards-Helaire. Incredible.
Deckers, he's going to be sacked. There's Felix Anudike-Uzomah, who had 3 sacks last.
Mercado is the back. Duggan facing some pressure. He'll be sacked. Anudike-Uzomah came around the edge. And
inside pressure, you get one-on-one off the edge. And how many times have you seen that this year?
On the right guard, Isaac Yerbis. Coach Nielsen told us that they have to play mistake-free football if they want to have a chance. Our first sack of the game.
Well, he's going up against the freshman, the red-shirt freshman Ellingson, number 60.
Cook, flushed, and down he goes.
It's just a 3-man rush. But the guy that I want you to keep is just the guy up top. We talked about him earlier, Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
after just their second first down of the game. There's Smith pulled down by Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Sometimes with from the Raging Cajuns in Lafayette is in the game, and he'll take it right here on the little swing pattern, and he's out to the 38-yard line.
Uzomah to the edge, and you see him come upfield. He's facing against Brandon Coleman, that left tackle, then he comes off of it, right?
So if they're to end that 6-game losing streak, it's going to take a rally here in Manhattan, and Smith is sacked back at the 27-yard line.
I talked about having 2 games up and 2 games down. He's had 2 quarters up and 2 quarters down. You have to be more aware of your surroundings. There was no...
There's not much from the run game at all. And here comes Felix. And down goes Sanders.
You saw him earlier on a reverse. Go through 2. I'll go through Springfield. I'll go through Jackson. And 2 Cowboys ain't...
Green pulls it back down, now wants to run, and he's not going to go far, just up to the 22. And I think we're going to...
See you. They could climb in the college football playoff standings. Neal, ripped up behind the line by Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Showing you he can... I don't know how he got lost, Tim. He's so big.
DeMarcano just into the game. Almost did not have the ball seated before the...
Kansas State's defense. Huggins got in there, got a hand
last month. Daniels in some trouble.
Nice avoidance.
Boy, did he ever. Throws it away. That's a good pickup there on first down.
29-yard gain. Tice lost it. It's a fumble. Out of bounds. It'll stay with South Dakota.
Mims in motion on 3rd and 6. Gabriel, and that was tipped. Incomplete.
Home quite often. Look at Felix battle through 2 guys here. He knows he's not going to get the sack, something he's been so good at over the...
Just inside the K-State 20. Pratt. It's going to be sacked. Drop back at the 28. Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Boy. You'll see this. This is just strength right here, too. That's a bully move right there. And credit to the K-State secondary. Didn't
against them, and that brings those scores down a bit.
They fake the jet sweep to Martinez, throw it back to the near side, Xavier White. And he gains about 5 up to the 30.
He doesn't need that from you.
First down run for Jaden Nixon, the freshman for Oklahoma State, in for the injured.
Shift and flip the formation.
Neal managed to stay upright after that contact by...
And 13. Their offense has struggled to get anything going against this K-State defense, and they will have to bring the punting unit.
brings up 3rd and 9. Mordecai, empty backfield, throwing, has his receiver, Rashee Rice, touchdown, SMU. A 19-yard connection, just burning the corner. Rashee Rice, you can't guard that man.
You know, Travius Hodges-Tomlinson, he's doing his best. He's their best cover guy, right?
Oh, the disrespect in a rivalry game. Just a 3-man rush. A lot of men in coverage, and SMU beats it again. With the flag down, Rashee Rice still able to make a catch.
Oh my goodness. It's a field side fade route
for SMU, and he hands off, actually fakes the handoff and wants to take a shot deep down the field. He's got a man, and it's a big play. First play of the game for SMU. Rashee Rice, the big play receiver, all the way to the end zone. How about that for fireworks out of the gate for the freshman Preston Stone, and Rashee Rice hooking up for 75 yards.
It doesn't get any better than that for your backup quarterback.
Go to the back of the end zone, caught this time by Rashee Rice. He was certainly in bounds on that occasion. SMU right back on top.
What a throw by Mordecai. My goodness. First of all, the rush lanes again getting out.
3rd down and 8. Again, pressure, delayed, up the middle. As a receiver, that's Rice for the score!
It's just too much space.
2nd out. Mordecai wants it all again. He's got it all. Rice, touchdown.
They go to the air and find Rashee Rice for a touchdown.
Rice in motion, gets the pop pass, extends the arm, and he gets a touchdown. They're able to drop him outside the end zone, but reach the ball across the plane. Rashee Rice into the end zone for 6.
Long South Florida drive here. They have not missed a beat. Back to Rice with a blocker. And Rice will score. Easily at that.
Here's the reverse. Barber cuts it back. And Duggan taking his time. And they'll run it with Barlow. He wanted all along. Run play on 2nd and 9, and Trotter gets maybe.
To Williams, stuffed. TF there.
Defenses. 1st and 10 at the 37. Duggan again. And Duggan 1st down. Duggan, and he's not. And they'll hand it to him. On 1st down, remember in all of America. 1st down for K-State. Here's Deuce. As he
Brown again.
Longhorns loading the box. Brewer's going to keep it. I'm not sure that he got there. That's going to be.
Stanley keeps.
Ben Sinnott in at the fullback. They hand the Vaughn out of the eye, and Vaughn is able to lunge forward. 1. Brooks. Hold down short.
Takes over after the missed field goal on its 37-yard line, and they're going to hand it off here to Jordan Brown, and he is stopped for a loss. They'll run it. Ledger returning after 1st down. Horned Frogs. And the handoff. Alanalua again. He got hit at the line of scrimmage. If he puts on a little weight, he could be very good. Weighs 217 right now.
And take the direct snap. This has worked well for UTEP tonight. Runs into his own lineman.
Jamison gonna have to shake it off now. 5 penalties for 40 yards for Texas. Been pretty clean. And that's
the 31. And it's Warren. Tries to cut it inside. Unable to.
Zero coverage run stopping defense right here.
Howard sets up the option. He keeps, and Howard falls.
Direct snap to Hankins. Not much there on the
7 points in the return game. They fake the jet sweep. Quarterback Keat. Thompson. I don't have it either. Here's the handoff to Foster.